Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our YouTube channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that this video is actually going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine. As you can see, Kisumu is also fantastic. And maybe you could also let me know where you're watching the video from, the county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to begin this video by asking you guys a very simple question. And I require your honest answer. Do you think William Samoei Arap Ruto can allow the Supreme Court of Kenya to nullify his election in case Azimio will go to the courts in 2027? Let me put it this way. Assuming we go for an election today and IBC declares William Ruto as the president-elect of the Republic of Kenya, and Azimio collects good evidence and present them before the Supreme Court, do you think William Ruto can allow Supreme Court to nullify his election? I doubt if that can happen. And that's why William Ruto is keen on capturing judiciary. On the second day of January 2024, William Ruto lectured judiciary. He fired the warning.
Mimi nataka niwaulize watu wa Nyandarua, hii program ya housing ambayo itapatia vijana hapa Nyandarua kazi 5,000. Niendelee naye ama ningojee hawa watu watupatie ruhusa?
And I remember opining on this platform that William Ruto was actually setting the tone and the pace for the politics in 2024. And I want you guys to continue watching this pace. The judiciary today held a meeting with William Ruto through the Chief Justice at State House in Nairobi. And that meeting has caused serious storm in the Republic of Kenya. I want you guys to listen to John Hamenwa, one of the longest serving lawyers in the Republic of Kenya, what he had to say about that particular meeting.
That's exactly what I don't know. I don't know what they will talk about.
What should they not talk about?
Again, that, the judiciary, I don't see why the president should meet the Chief Justice, or the Chief Justice should meet the CJ. Let me tell you something that I read in one of the books. If you find a Chief Justice who is friendly to the executive, one should begin to be very suspicious that there's something wrong. If you find an executive who is very friendly to the judiciary, one should also come to the conclusion that there's something wrong.
But they're supposed to work together.
Listen, I'm an advocate for the High Court of Kenya. I appear in courts very, very frequently. I never meet these judges privately. You understand me? I don't go to their homes. They don't come to my home. Each person maintains his own role. We may meet officially at a function, but I cannot tell you that I've got a very close relationship with Judge so-and-so, or a very close relationship with the magistrate so-and-so. We sit down and eat and talk and what and so on. No. The same with the Attorney General, the same with the President. The President has got his own role to play. The Attorney General has got his own role to play. The Chief Justice has got his own role to play. The Chief Justice and the President are not supposed to be meeting, discussing how things are to be done at all. There's something wrong with that. People become very suspicious.
And personally, if you ask me, Makwiny will regret the day she decided to go to State House for that meeting. I'm saying this because if you look at it, we have three arms of government. The judiciary, led by Makwiny, the executive, led by William Ruto, and the legislature, led by the Speaker of the National Assembly. Three arms of government. And my understanding is that those three arms of government should actually work independently, but depending on each other. If William Ruto and the team had issues, in my view, with the judiciary the way they had, which is okay, I don't think it was right for Makwiny to go and meet Ruto at State House. It would have been better if, for example, William Ruto, because he's the one who complained, is the one who actually went to the judiciary to meet with Makwiny. For me, if William Ruto had gone to judiciary for this meeting, I would not have a problem. And because Martha Koome took her time and went to State House, already that is surrender. That's a surrender already. And Raila Odinga has also responded. Because in this video, I want us to do a critical analysis of the dark secrets of that meeting. Raila Odinga has also responded to the meeting. Listening to Raila Odinga.
Second thing is that we read that the CJ, that is the Chief Justice, the head of judiciary, has gone for a meeting with the president in the State House. This, in our view, is an irresponsible move. If there is supposed to be a dialogue, this dialogue should be held in a neutral place. State House is the head of the executive, is the seat of the executive. That's where the president resides. If there's going to be a dialogue over issues of governance, they should be held in a neutral ground. But this means that the judiciary itself is being compromised by the executive. The judiciary is being held hostage by the executive. And we've seen this before. You saw it happen under the rule of Mr. Moi.
No, that's Raila Odinga. So in this video, I want us to do a critical analysis about the meeting between Martha Koome and William Samoei Arap Ruto at State House. But before you do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. And I want to begin by going through the statement that has been released by State House after the meeting. The statement was released by none other than Hussein Mohammed, signed as State House spokesman or spokesperson. Several questions are being asked. Why would Hussein Mohammed being the one to write this statement? Because if it was about Martha Koome going to State House, I would have expected Martha Koome, or at least judiciary, to issue a statement. Why the spokesperson of State House? Or at worst, I expected William Ruto, in his capacity as the president, the Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula, in his capacity as the president of the legislature, and Martha Koome to sign a joint statement. And the fact that this is not a joint statement leaves a lot to be desired. Let me just go through this statement, which is very funny. So it says, today, at the request of the judiciary, from the opening statement, you can just get where it's heading. The president convened the leadership of the executive, legislature, and the judiciary in consultations to deliberate on building approaches to fight corruption, enhance accountability, and to facilitate the efficient and seamless delivery of services to the people of Kenya. It was agreed, listen, pay very close attention, because they agreed on 6 things. Number 1, corruption remains an existential threat to the nation, which has permitted the 3 arms of government, undermining our country's tremendous development potential and sabotaging the much needed transformation of our nation. I remember, was it last year, but one, they had a similar meeting. Number 2, each of the 3 arms of government commits to enhance service delivery, fight corruption, and promote overall administration of justice to enhance accountability to the people of Kenya. Again, this one qualifies as hot air. Number 3, the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary agree to individually develop policies, guidelines, regulations, and legislative proposals to achieve the objectives of fighting corruption, improving service delivery, and enhancing institutional accountability of all arms of government to the people of Kenya. This one qualifies to be wild goose chase. Number 4, within 30 days, each arm of government will submit the proposals made to a forum of the National Council of Administration of Justice, convened by her ladyship, the Chief Justice. This forum will provide a roadmap for the immediate, mid-term, and long-term measures to be undertaken. This one qualifies for what, in your view? Fool's errand. Number 5, to optimize the efficient delivery of service and the fight against corruption, the executive and the legislature will support the judiciary's request for additional budgetary support to achieve, amongst others, the following. This one has been a promise. When William Ruto took over, the first thing he announced to the country was that he had given these guys budget. So I didn't expect this to be an issue. So according to them, this will facilitate the recruitment of additional 25 judges, to facilitate the recruitment of 11 new judges, judges of the Court of Appeal. A resource will be provided to conclude vehicle leasing, maneno ya magari. So basically trying to bribe the judiciary. And lastly, the executive, the legislature, and judiciary commit to perform their functions in a manner that respects, promotes, and enhances the rule of law, institutional independence, and the respect for court decisions. Hussein Mohammed. What Kenyans expected was for Ruto to meet Koome, and then Ruto to provide Koome with evidence that the courts are corrupt. And these are some of the individuals within the judiciary we have identified as corrupt. And therefore, we don't expect them to continue staying in office. So what we expect you guys is to proceed, because Martha Koome has maintained that there's a procedure. So then Martha Koome should then go ahead and follow that procedure and initiate the removal of those officers. Because William Ruto cannot be making noise on top of vehicles every weekend about judiciary, corruption in judiciary. Now Kenyans expected a list, not there. So this statement by Hussein Mohammed, for me, is null and void. It's a hot air, nothing. Otherwise, why do you think the judiciary refused to sign it? But because in politics nothing happens out of mere coincidence, I want us to look at what probably was discussed inside this meeting. Before we do that, for those who are watching the channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. What do you think was the objective of this meeting? For me, number one, William Ruto is trying to capture the judiciary, and he's going to do it. So far, he has captured the legislature. Of course, the executive is under him. The judiciary was a bit trying to be independent. This move is going to capture. So the question is, why would William Ruto capture judiciary? Number one, the 2027 presidential election petition. William Ruto is telling Kenyans that it's either my way or the highway. No other option. And the message is very, very clear, if you ask. Number two, William Ruto is going to amend the constitution. And some of those amendments will require referendum. But William Ruto is not going to go the referendum way. He's going to go through parliament. And once parliament will pass the bill, because according to the constitution, only 2/3. But there are some provisions that require a referendum. So they'll go through the referendum. Once they're done with that, someone will go to court. That's where judiciary will then come. Number two, constitutional amendment. The truth of the matter is that William Ruto is going to change the constitution, whether you love it or not. He's going to use parliament, because he has already captured parliament. He has the numbers in parliament. Any constitutional amendment requires only 2/3. So William Ruto is going to change the constitution before the end of his term, and is preparing the judiciary for the outcome, because it's only the judiciary who can stop him. Someone will go to court, and the court will make a ruling. By capturing the judiciary, it means someone will go to court, then the judiciary will agree with him. I'm even looking at the possibility of the creation of some powerful offices in the Republic of Kenya, which requires a referendum. But William Ruto is not going to go through a referendum. He'll make those changes through parliament. Then judiciary will just stamp authority. Number three is the rule of the jungle. William Ruto doesn't want to rule this country using the law. He's not going to do that. And of course, the corruption in the judiciary. Why do you think he's keen on corruption in judiciary? Strategy of capturing judiciary. So number one, in my view, it's about attempting to capture the judiciary. So that's the first objective. The second objective is to compromise judiciary. The truth is, William Ruto wants to give the judiciary a bad name. He calls you out, You go for a meeting, nothing. Tomorrow you will go out, call you, explain how you decided to go to his office. Because even the statement by Hussein Mohammed indicated that at the request of the Chief Justice. So by doing that, nobody will agree with any ruling by the judiciary. That's how how people will lose confidence in the judiciary. And that's why William Ruto wants that. So that in case the judiciary in future will rule against him, he can mobilize his supporters to attack the judiciary. Another thing which I'm seeing here is that William Ruto is actually keen on intimidating judicial officers. The truth of the matter is that William Ruto is sending a message to any judicial officer who is not towing the line. He's coming for them. So this is not the time to be a high court judge. It's not the time to be court of appeal judge. It's not the time to be a Supreme Court judge, because it's coming for you. You're being intimidated. And lastly, it could also be a strategy to remove unwanted judges. The truth of the matter is that we witnessed the radical surgery in the judiciary sometimes back when Kibaki took over. But what Kenyans didn't realize then was that Kibaki and the team just wanted to do away with some non-Kikuyus. Lawyers, the judiciary officials they thought were going to be problematic, the independent one. That's why William Ruto has insisted that there are corruption in the judiciary. Of course, they are everywhere. Because if you were to take judiciary here and put executive here, the one which is more rotten is the executive, not even the judiciary. Yeah, so he wants to remove those unwanted judges. A file will be forwarded. It will work very fast. Kicked out. I don't know what you think. That's my take. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.